Hello everyone. So today we're going to have a discussion session about the topic of subsea plant engineering that Muhammad did a course about last week. So first of all, plant engineering is quite dangerous. Even if there is a lot of regulation, and the past decades we had a much better equipment and improvement of technologies, oil and gas are still inflammable. So the risk remains, and offshore accidents happen a lot. So here you have a map of the 15th biggest oil spill in the world, and the most famous one being probably the Deepwater Horizon accident, that you can see here. So most fatal accidents in offshore drilling industry are related to transport. So I think this is a big challenge. So transport can be by pipelines or by boats and tankers. So here I have a graph of the global spillage for 460 large oil tankers from 1970 to 2010. And so my question for you today is, which cause of accident matches with which number of oil spills and why? So here you have the possible answers and the graph.
I think maybe loading and discharging may be the one with the largest number of accidents, because this is the action that they do the most in this field, the loading and discharging ships. What's the meaning of grounding?
It's like when the boat crashes like to the
Shore.
Yes, the shore.
The bottom of the ship is touched up. Means to drop.
Okay, I think grounding is most causes of accident, because well, onshore traffic, for example, cars, car accident is mostly frequently occurs car burst car or car burst building or something.
Okay, so we also have categorical collisions.
And so.
Do you prefer collision or?
But grounding, but ship is hard to search some rocks under the sea. So I think grounding is most frequently. And second is collisions.
Okay. Does anyone has another opinion? Maybe what's last?
Maybe I think like loading and discharging can be like the third most prominent cause. Since like it kinds of like it can actually like happen a lot when you're load cargo and all other kinds of material, and it's a very like step when some oil spills may occur. And I think maybe like after that, maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe the orange one, like 37 or 42, maybe like fire and explosion, because like oil is actually quite like related to like fire, and it may really spread easily when oil spills occur.
Okay, so which color? You said 42 or
maybe orange?
Yeah, orange. Yeah. Do you want to maybe place the remaining ones? Yes.
I think the unknown and others low risk, because humans try to find why cause instead until the find it.
Okay, so the last one would be hull failures.
Actually, I think the unknown and other option must be on the right, far right, because The number is not so different, but generally, when you make a graph,
That's pretty smart.
other option.
For me, I don't know if the collision is a second number of oil spills, because most of the time, like if it's like airplane, they probably have anti-collision radar or sonar system. And most of the time, big boats follow a path of the ocean. So the most case scenario is like fish ship colliding into oil, but I don't know if, yeah. But I don't know what it can be. Maybe hull failure or another order.
Maybe like it was a long time ago, but for example, the Titanic was also like sinking because of collision. Although like in that case, like they had a metal, the ship wasn't really made out of like the proper metal, that was why it failed. But maybe if it's like not collision between boats, but
Yeah.
other like, you know, icebergs or
Yeah,
whatever,
reef. Stuff
yeah,
like
there
that,
might
yeah.
be some possibilities.
Do you want to actually know the answer? Like, actually, guys, we're pretty good. Because like the first one is collision.
Oh,
The second one is grounding. The third one, hull failure. The next one, fire and explosion. Loading and discharge, and unknown. So you guessed pretty correctly everything. So very well done. And then my second question for today is like, you know, offshore and gas platform are among the largest structure humanity has ever built. So right now there's approximately like 10,000 of oil and gas platform around the world. So the average price tag is $550 million to build one, and the lifetime is from 20 to 25 years, because when there is no more oil and gas, it's abandoned. So what should we do with no longer in use oil and gas platforms? Should we remove them, transform them? What do you think are the pros and cons of which solution? Like some solution already exists, so maybe you know some. You can be very creative.
The easiest answer is probably to remove them and put them like in India or Pakistan and stuff like that. They do a lot of recycling in ship in India. Like it's not that good because there are many Indian workers who die because of that. But the cheapest way to remove.
So you want to remove it and take it to another place?
Yeah, like to recycle the metal part and what can be recyclable.
So do you think we would benefit from doing this?
Not really, but that's the industry who do that anyway. So that's just my answer.
my answer is stay, just stay. Yeah, because I think cost is too high to remove them, so just put there where it is. So ocean is very huge, and most of offshore platform is far from onshore, so there will be that problem.
Could you think of new ways of reusing them? Because there are a lot of projects right now to transform the oil and gas platform. So do you have some ideas?
I think it could be used for like marine research, or maybe, for example, marine biology or measuring if like the area is like important for like sea currents or kind of like air currents. Maybe that data could kind of like be used as a place for scientists to kind of rest and kind of like a small like station for them to harbor at.
Yeah, you're right.
Or maybe a place for like tourists to visit.
My idea is similar to her. Maybe we can use some marine research under the ground. So basically, the old rigs are there's some kind of the wells or some holes. Maybe they are it become vacant after the usage. And maybe we can research about the vacant room space under the ground using the old rigs. Maybe.
Yeah, I have a similar idea of like transforming them instead of removing them as maybe a cheaper solution because like removing them it requires a lot of money to move like piece by piece. But transforming them probably you just make like less money
Yes.
to just like restore the foundation and then changing probably like the wells and probably you can use the platform also for something else other than like research center, maybe as someone has said like a tourist attraction place
It's like
or maybe like I heard that there is like one family, I guess, like that lives like on our platform and have their own sort of country.
Yeah.
So maybe we can make like a civilization and on top of the rig.
Yeah, so you're right. Actually, some people live in offshore platform because they can be outside the jurisdiction of any government. Because the sea doesn't belong to any country. Maybe to give you an idea of how creative you can be, for instance, Saudi Arabia is transforming an oil platform in an amusement park. And what do you think, for instance, I don't know, coastal cities, what do you think? Do you think they like it? They want to remove it, keep it? Like they're quite near to the offshore platforms.
Well, I guess if it does transform into something like an amusement park, you'll appreciate it very much since like people will have to like ride a ship or boat from coastal city to the place. And after that, they will have to obviously, they will have to like buy stuff from the city and kind of look around and kind of the economy will be developing in that area as well.
Yeah, so actually there's like some pros, as you said, but there are also coastal cities who say that they don't want to have an ugly view, like the offshore platform ruining the view. I guess yeah, it's depending on how you transform it. Do you have any other ideas of pro and cons?
Also, maybe some cons of having a platform near the coastal city, like some like people that don't want the coastal city to be too crowded by tourists. So that's like their like safe space or like their private place. They don't want others to intrude their place. So yeah, some don't want that to happen.
There is also a risk of the oil rig is remaining toxic fluid in it. And if somehow like there is a typhoon or stuff like that, maybe that can escape from the oil rig, and maybe you need before like getting out of the oil platform, clean in everything. But I don't know if the industry would want to do that because it's probably cost a lot of money.
Yeah, you're right, because the access to the platform is usually pretty hard. So to get out of it is hard as well. If they're far from the shore. Maybe Sharish online, do you have an opinion?
Well, everyone has covered up the ideas pretty well. A new idea that I was thinking of is making the old oil rigs as tourist platforms, which also you covered up when you said that Saudi Arabia is planning to make one an amusement park. So I think everyone has covered up all the possible ideas.
Okay. I can think of one last idea, maybe that you didn't find, related to research, maybe. I don't know if you can say it. like if you think of us, students, so it could be actually a really good place for educational facility, like to have a new way of teaching to students to study the marine life. Yeah, so if anyone wants to add something. Well, otherwise, I guess we're done. Well, thank you for your attention.